Okay, so I'm back. Happy Father's Day once again to all the fathers out there. So now you remember Bree and how she is. Gonna take you guys to a trip down memory lane and see the reason why she's not the victim here, because now she wants to do OnlyFans. Let's get into it. Rock Rock Radio Live in 4K.
Neighborhood therapist who thought she could save these hoes, but got her job terminated as a result. Story time? I think yes. Shit you not, I posted a video on Monday telling men that their dusty behavior is only harming them and that they would benefit from emotional intelligence, and I shit you not, by Friday, didn't have employment. All of this started with a Psychology Today article stating that men are lonelier than ever because they have no fucking emotional skills. And I agreed and doubled down and told y'all that y'all lives would radically improve if you expanded the shit that came out your mouth. But instead of healing, y'all will do anything but that. Instead of being accountable like, hey, this bitch see me, and stirred a little bit, y'all got so hurt that you contacted Massa.
That Massa was the one you should have thought about when you decided to act like you were on, reality TV and thought you were like, what, Housewives of Atlanta. You should have thought about Massa, quote unquote, before you start to go into city girl mode. Okay, you work a professional job. Okay, certain jobs like being a high school teacher, a principal, something, and especially dealing with mental health, you cannot act that way, put yourself out like that, and think there's nothing, no backlash was going to come. Now you want to play shaming slavery tactics, trying to pass the blame on someone else but yourself for what you did? The only thing, you didn't think about the profession that you had. That's your issue. You didn't think about the profession that you had, that you represent them.
Okay, so let's get into this article right here. All right. That basically explains a whole lot more. why she ended up losing her job. Okay. Here we are. Let's go. All right. TikTok therapist Unusual Bree lost her job after going viral on the app. As TikTok continues to grow, influencers have been able to grow an audience in a short amount of time. Many do this by showing off their OOTDs, reacting to wild receipts, or sharing their hot takes on trending topics. While using social media app for personal gain, it usually is a bad thing because it can cause influencers who are living the 9 to 5 life some stress. At least that's was the case for one mental health therapist. I always keep in mind that she's a health mental health therapist. Remember that she's works in mental health, and you're trying to turn it into a Oprah Winfrey talk show. When therapist Shabri Rawls on TikTok shared her thoughts on her account Unusual Bree, she said she was fired since sharing her story on social media. The influencer has faced harmful backlash and threatened to leave the app altogether. Here's what happened. Okay. In August of 2022, Unusually Bree posted a stitch of another influencer, Ed Kira Birag, sharing an article from Psychology Today. The article was titled "The Rise of Lonely and Single Men" and stated that heterosexual men had less success dating women within the last few years due to women demanding more from relationships. The video began with Kira explaining the article before Unusual Bree cut her off and added her own thoughts as she frequently puts on her platform. Yeah, go on her platform. All she's doing a lot of thirst trapping, gyrating. How are you a therapist and you're putting yourself in sexual positions, posing in sexual positions? During the stitch, Unusually Bree said the article eloquently explains what she has warned men about in the past. She said that men who followed the guidance of male relationship experts like the late Kevin Samuels will be single for the rest of their lives if they don't improve their communication and emotional intelligence skills. Is that what you put out there? TikTok's initial video reached over 200,000 views on the app and went viral on Twitter. Soon after it aired, many users shared how offended they were by Unusually Bree's comments, with one even calling her the worst therapist of all time. Still, the therapist stood 10 toes down on her opinion, continued making more videos supporting her take, even referring to men as dusty female dogs. Yeah. And another viral TikTok. Guess what type of demographic she was reaching with all this nonsense? 1 week after her post went viral, Unusually Bree released another video. In the post, she stated that the social media backlash she received, which she said was mostly from black men, caused her outlets to pick up her story. Simultaneously, several users threatened to call her job and demanded she gets fired from her employer, which ultimately happened. I posted a video on Monday telling men that their dusty behavior is only hurting them and that they would benefit from emotional intelligence. And I, crap on you not, by Friday, I didn't have employment. That's your fault. Bree has to understand she works a profession that deals in mental health, all right? Mental health, all right? You have to understand. I say mental health because you're there to get help for your mentality. And if someone is fragile, opens up to you and asks for help, and you act the way you do to them, they may end up harming others or harming themselves. And Bree doesn't think, well, what if someone was in dire need of mental health, or I say mental health, and they came to someone like me, and I talked to them like I would talk to black men? What's the possible end result that could possibly happen? After Unusually Bree lost her job, the influencer apologized on her platform. She then continued sharing her negative online experience on her page and other outlets. I've experienced this type of behavior believe a few days ago, when it came to I was having a discussion with a black woman on Facebook, and she didn't like my opinion on the Home Depot girl, and how she didn't like how I said that wearing a pink bikini and trying to look like, yeah, men need to stop being thirsty. They need to behave themselves wasn't a good look. It just shows you just want attention. You don't really want respect. You want attention. You want to be dressing up like a three-piece Happy Meal, and it's, at the same time, you want respect. No. And after that, she decided to come for me on my page. She decided to act erratic instead of taking in the correction that I gave her. This is the same attitude I'm seeing here with Bree. In September of 2022, Bree spoke to Refinery 29 about how the backlash from her community hurt her and how she felt unprotected by the people she tried to uplift through her content. No, you were not trying to uplift any black man through your content. You were getting your ego boosted by a bunch of damaged, hateful, spiteful, unforgiving black women. They were giving you an ego boost. You see, when you're doing this content creator thing, some people twist facts, some people twist evidence to get a certain demographic. For instance, if you're Cynthia G and you're constantly bashing and calling black men beta male coons, never mind the fact that she got impregnated by a serial baby father, Robert Perkins, your demographic is going to be hateful, bitter black women who refuse to take accountability for the men they let sleep inside them. That's the demographic. I find it imperative to reclaim my name and let people know that there is a reason behind my content, Bree said. A lot of people have a hard time separating unusual Bree, the content creator, from Shabri the therapist and Shabri the artist. I could only show up as my full self, but the internet continues to not allow you to emote or be angry without judgment. But again, you work in a very important profession. You cannot be acting the clown fool and think you'll have a job. I said this also when I had that argument with the woman who had a difference of opinion when it came to what I said about the Home Depot girl and her. The internet makes your world a very small place. Okay? It makes it a very small place. You cannot, it's not like back in the day where you could talk a bunch of crap and no one was going to come for you. People will come for you on this internet because the internet makes it a very small place. What's this? Of course, attention is a drug of choice for most females. Yeah, it is. They can't understand that actions have consequences. And don't you dare tell them that, because then they'll send a lynch mob of feminists and feminazis and male feminists. Any man who's a feminist really has to check if he has a spine. How could you be able to lift objects, whether they're light or heavy, and have a spine if you declare yourself to be a male feminist? Okay? Let me tell you something. Women, with women, you have to ignore sometimes what they say and believe everything that they do. Okay? Same thing with a man. Okay, when a woman is getting to know a person, whether they want to date them or not, because women will say, I don't like a guy with muscles, I don't like a guy who's patriarchal and stuff like that, but who's the guy at the end that they will cling to? The patriarchal guy. The guy is going to tell them what's what, and if you don't like it, you could kick rocks. That's the guy that deep down she respects. She may not like him, but she respects him. And she has a choice. Either she's going to stand with him or leave him. In the end, she will respect that man. Better than a beta male simp who wants to cower to her beck and call. Or think, and this is what happened when I had that conversation with this woman on Facebook. All right. and she was flipping out and stuff, I had guys coming into my post because I had to put up a post to show that, listen, whatever she said, because she was making slanderous things about me, saying I'm a grape apologist. I had to make another post to clear my name. They're saying, I don't know what you're talking about. She looks good. This is what I'm talking about, beta male simp behavior. She looks good. Yeah, I got to be with her. I'm going to be on her side. Never mind whatever she says is complete nonsense. She looks good. And you also have the alphabet mafia that will be also the same way. They will also be on her side because they want to be women too. They hate women though, but they want to be women too. That's the thing. All right. A lot of the reason I was punished online was because of my delivery, she added. It wasn't what I said, it was how I said it, but I was just being my true self. And if you follow me, you know that's how I speak. My approach can be abrasive, but I'm just a direct speaker. However, nothing I said in that video was wrong. There's another non-black therapists and content creators who have said the same thing, but they received none of the backlash. Okay, let's just say this, all right? The point of the matter is, you do know you live in a country where there is racism, right? Okay? And here's another thing, too. Being your authentic self, you have to, people say be yourself. You have to have a disclaimer with that, because if being yourself is rude, obnoxious, disrespectful, then no, do not be yourself. Improve yourself. All right? And since that may have happened, that should be a wake-up call. Hey, I can't act like that because it's really disgusting. And even though a non-black person said it, it's still wrong, and they have white supremacy backing them. Maybe I should change my approach since I really care about my job. Since they're firing Unusual Bree has continued posting her take on relationships on her TikTok account, which has over 30,000 followers. However, in June 2023, the content creator has shared an emotional title, I Think I'm Gonna Quit. Okay. In the video, Bree admitted that she had felt exhausted by her work, stating that posting content has been sucking the soul out of her body. Oh, you think? You're doing it 24/7 now for an income. I shouldn't have to sacrifice my life, my living, my safety because I want people to feel better. No, you're doing this because you wrote a check with your mouth that your whole life couldn't cash. Following the emotional 9-minute post, Unusual Bree received many heartfelt comments from fans urging her to take a break if she felt it was best for her mental health. She can't take a break. She'll be homeless. Fortunately, the influencer's hiatus didn't last long, and she confirmed her followers on another video that she was only thinking about quitting. Bree also thanked her community for their unwavering support and even offered to tongue kiss them if she could. She wants to bash black men. This is what she wants to do. You want to bash black men, right? Call them all types of nonsense, okay? But yeah, you want to be a person that has mental disorders themselves? Of course, attention is a drug. It's a choice for most females. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. It pretty much is. Okay. But check this out, though. All right. Check this out. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. This is what she does. This is what she does. My internal sexual conflict between my sexually repressed self and my nymphomaniac to express herself freely. Nymphomaniac. What could possibly that mean? What could that mean to be a nymphomaniac? Oh, right. You have sex with anything that isn't nailed down, that you find attractive. OnlyFans coming soon, baby. This is what she wanted to do. This is what she wanted to do probably all along. Okay? She wants the idea to just talk and do what she wants possibly because the fact that maybe being a therapist, mental health therapist, is too much for her. And you don't want to believe me about the demographic of women who side with her? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Who could possibly be okay with this train wreck? This woman to possibly on the verge of self deletion if she chooses to do this. What type of black woman, you say? Let's take a look. Here we go.
In a barrel. In our black community, we cannot let each other shine. It is a problem that just keeps getting swept under the rug, and I'm tired of it.
Let each other shine. Committing economic suicide. Letting is called letting each other shine. Going on TikTok, making sexually provocative posts is letting each other shine. Tarnishing the image of black women who claim they want respect. Well, there are black women who want respect. Letting each other shine when you correct them and say that this is nonsense, this makes you look like a prostitute. Why are you doing this?
Prepare for a 3-minute rant. This is unusually Bree. She is an amazing therapist who uses TikTok.
Amazing therapist. You mean someone who won't tell you concrete evidence of what you need to do to fix your life, challenges you to do the right thing, doesn't dress, basically, that's what you find in Bree? Okay? That's what you find in Bree. This is what I've broken down the code speak. Okay? She's an amazing therapist because she doesn't challenge me to be my best self. She doesn't call me out on my nonsense. She doesn't dress like a tightwad. She doesn't look like a stick. Okay? She's not a square. She says it like me, throwing all morality and common sense to the wind. She doesn't tell me that I have to go through 5 steps of grief if I have done something that has permanently altered my direction in life. Maybe I've done something to catch an STD. Maybe I've done something to ruin a perfect relationship. Maybe I've done something to ruin my own home, and now I'm a single mother. Bree doesn't tell me any of those things. It's men's fault. That's why I like Bree. Chris Rock was right when he said that joke. There's a civil war between, black people. The ones that are called squares and the ones that are called degenerates. The degenerates are the ones that you see in social media that shake hand, that are hand over fist with white supremacy. The ones that could say, hot girl summer, I need a thug, that type of music. I'm a survivor. Meanwhile, I go back to my husband, Jay-Z, and I leave all my black sisters, single, not singing something that could be positive in their lives. I get to have a whole family while they just have a broken family at home. That's what they call a strong black woman among the degenerates in the black community. Like I said, Chris Rock was telling the truth that there's a civil war within the black community. Squares versus degenerates.
To spread information. She tells it like it is, and she doesn't give 2 shits if you don't like it. Well, guess y'all didn't like it. Not only did you get her banned off of the app, but you also got her fired from her job that ain't paying you. Clearly.
That job was her doing. She got herself fired. Nobody else. Once again, they love Bree because there's no accountability. There is no type of you need to own this. You did this to yourself. You're the reason why you're homeless. You're the reason why you have to be borrowing money. You're the reason one who possibly has to think about maybe being a streetwalker. Okay, well, you are going to do that, a digital streetwalker, and then she's going to complain why she can't get a date, why she can't get a man, why everybody's clowning and she can't get a job.
We know without question that in our community, we need therapy. If you've been following me, you know I'm a huge proponent of therapy. I believe everyone should be in therapy, right? So why, when this queen of therapy came on y'all's internet,
Queen of therapy, the queen that doesn't hold me accountable for anything. I don't have to apologize to my kids for being a single mom if I've ruined their lives. I don't have to apologize for having a bunch of men coming in and out of the house. I don't have to apologize for any of my negative behavior. I don't have to grow as an individual. I don't have to do nothing. That's what makes her a queen in my eyes. You know what queens were back in the day? They were forced to make harsh decisions. They were forced to sacrifice for the sake of their kingdom. They had to go to war at times, and they were probably scared. They always had to worry about someone trying to kill them. They possibly sometimes had to marry somebody who was good stock, but they really didn't love them, but it was for the sake of their kingdom. That's a queen. Maturity, growing pains, willing to do the things that she may not like, but it's for the sake of herself and her kingdom.
and said that black men need therapy, y'all lost y'all ever living fucking mind. And a black woman created an entire article doxing her and got her fired. She didn't call black men dogs.
She did that because she was trying to save lives. You have mentally unstable clients coming to this woman for advice, and she's giving nonsense. She did that to save lives. She wrote an article against this person to save lives. This is how I know whatever therapy you're getting, ma'am, it is worthless. It's only to stroke your ego.
She didn't call y'all disgusting. She didn't call y'all out y'all name. She said y'all need help. And you fucking do. So do black women. So
Wait a minute. She called them dusties. She said so much disgusting stuff. I thought it was, she said so much stuff that you thought you were watching corn. That's what it was. She said so much stuff like, what am I watching here? Stuff that was really uncalled for, really vulgar and disgusting and disparaging against black men. Okay? In a way, you thought you were watching OnlyFans, like, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this. Okay? I didn't know that this was going to turn into some kinky, disgusting, disparaging black exploitation crap.
So does our whole community and the rest of the fucking world at large. But because you didn't like what she had to say, y'all got in y'all feelings and had this woman fired. And I can't stand it. I can't stand it. We don't talk about it. It's shh. We just cannot be happy with black people's success. And that's in our own community. It's bad enough that palm-colored people don't want us to succeed. But why is it in our own communities we are shutting each other down? Why? For the love of God, I don't understand it. My husband and I just...
Oh, she got a husband. I feel sorry for him. Or worse, they both have the same mind frame. This is the reason why some blacks, they move out of the hood, out of low quality, low thinking, low morality environments and move to the suburbs because they see the toxicity and they don't want their kids to be a part of it. This is why. And don't worry if they call you a coon. Don't worry if they call you a sellout. Just keep going.
Finished having this fucking conversation about crabs in a barrel. I reached out to Bree. I can't even imagine what she's going through right now. I know I would be enraged and I wouldn't want to talk to a fucking person. But what I said to her is that when God closes one door, he opens another.
No, God disciplined her, and he says, watch your mouth, respect these mentally unstable people that I am sending, that I am allowing you to even have contact with them. Watch your mouth, because one day I'm going to judge you for what comes out of it. That is what God did. Okay? And it looks like God is going to have to take out that big boy, that big belt. You know, when you were a kid and you didn't listen, I use words, I use a little tree branch, but now I'm going to get me the belt because you're not listening. And now you're talking about having an OnlyFans soon. So I don't think God is done with the discipline yet. Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. All right. And this is what she chooses to do. All right. This is what she wants to do. All right. This is what she talks about. And she's a therapist. This is what she wants to talk about. Here we go.
Anyone who knows me knows that I will never in my fucking life ever get on dating apps again. And here's just one of the many red flags that I experienced and I would like to share with you. And I'm sharing my trauma, so safe space, bitch, no judgment. Don't judge this man. Listen, you thought I was talking about me? No, don't judge him. All right.
You're putting out your business on social media. You work for an establishment that prides itself on a reputation. This is what you're doing. This is the strong queen. They tell you about it.
So I was swiping and stumbled upon what I think was a short king. You know, I, as a tall Amazonian bitch, I don't discriminate. They don't particularly like me. It's like a Napoleon thing, but I wanted to give it a chance. Shouldn't have did it. I don't know if mans felt the need to put on bravado to prove to me that he had BDE. You know what that means. But my mans came on real strong upon entry. So we lingered in the like app chat for a minute, but I was like, you know what, I'm feeling real desperate.
Ow.
I'm feeling real vulnerable. I'm feeling real insecure.
Trip on the side.
So let me just go ahead and tolerate this bullshit for 2.5 seconds. Shouldn't have did it! So once we got through all the fucking pleasantries, I saved this man's name under name with devil horns because he was just very, very, down bad, if you will. Down bad short man, yes. This interaction was very short-lived because on day 2 of my good morning text, he followed up with the following. And I kind of quote because I don't remember. He was like, "Good morning, beautiful." I'm already rolling my fucking eyes. But I respond, "Good morning." Then he asked me, "What would you like for breakfast?" Now, mind you, this is day 2 of this man having my number. And I'm thinking, okay, we asking to brunch already? It's a little forward, but I'll bite. I was like, I don't know, some waffles, breakfast food, insert, bitch. Don't fucking matter what I said. This man takes this shit in a completely fucking different direction. I was like, "What would you like?" And he goes, "Your coochie fart in my mouth when I wake up."
I'm disappointed.
So I Casper the ghosted because that shit was weird as fuck. For breakfast? We just met. That's weird. For breakfast? You want coochie? What?
This is what she puts out. Strong black woman, right? Respectable. I get help from her. Everything's good, right? Right? Okay. Right. Well, that's it for now. Anything you want to know about this channel, it's in the description box. Later.